Alright guys, now I'm going to teach you how to steal featured snippets. Now before we get into this, let's talk about what are featured snippets in the first place. They're basically short answers that Google puts at the top of a SERP result. Now I'm going to show you some examples in a second, but essentially what it does is it's Google's way of giving the people the answer to the questions they're looking for without even having to leave the search result. They can get the answer right away because it's sitting there at the top. And you don't even necessarily need to be the #1 ranker in Google to have this position 0 featured snippet position. It can be taken from as far back as page 2. Now, is this good for us or is it bad for us? In a sense, it's kind of both. It's bad for us because it encourages the user not even to visit our sites. I mean, why would they? They already got the answer to the question. But it's good for us because if we don't have the #1 position, we can steal it from our competition, which is what I'm about to teach you to do. So some examples of featured snippets. We have answers to how-to questions, like how to bowl a strike, and here we have an example of this answer in a paragraph form. How about recipes, like how to make homemade macaroni and cheese, and the answer is right here in an ordered list form. And there's even answers for weather questions, brand questions, a whole bunch of queries. There's different kind of snippets that come up. So my technique, what you're about to learn, it just straight up works. It's super effective. I've stolen snippets from way back on page 2 in position number 18. And it's really, really fast and easy. My friend Rob, we taught this to his wife, who's a travel blogger, and she got hers by the end of the day. The strategy works like this. It's pretty simple. You run a round of research. First you need to figure out which of the keywords that you're trying to rank for on your site have featured snippets in the first place. And you can figure this out with SEMrush or Ahrefs. And then we're going to take a look at the structured markup or lack of structured markup on how they're taking the snippet. So for example, let's go back here. This one, the structure of this featured snippet answer is an ordered list. We see 1, 2, 3, 4, here's a list. And this guy right here, it's nothing. There is no structure here. What we're going to do is go back here. If they're using an ordered list, we're going to use an ordered list. If they're using a table, we're going to use a table. We're just basically going to copy what's already working. Okay? And then also we're going to take a look at, in this third position, the type of content. So sometimes the featured snippet doesn't exactly answer the question right on. So it might be, what are the ingredients of Garcinia cambogia? And then someone who has the answer, the benefits of Garcinia cambogia, like weight loss and I don't know, lack of fatigue, etc., which might not even have anything to do with the ingredients. Sometimes Google gets it wrong, but we need to do the same thing because Google has shown us what it wants to see. And then lastly, okay, now we figured out what to copy. Basically, we're just going to do it better than everyone else. And there's a bunch of techniques we're going to use. We're going to use Google synonyms, add in a lot of synonyms to our answers, and a lot of scientific equivalent words when we can. Also, we're going to precede it with an H2. So if the answer to the question is ingredients in Garcinia cambogia, we're going to precede it with an H2. And also we're going to insert an optimized image by there. And by doing this, we're basically going to take over the featured snippet. It's these ingredients that really, really gets the job done. You copy what's already working, you do it better with synonyms, scientific equivalents, setting up with an H2, and an optimized image. Pretty simple. Let's go ahead and give you guys a demo though. Alright guys, I'm going to give you guys an example, a walkthrough on how I would steal the snippets as if I were this site right here, juicerfanatics.com. And no, I do not own this site, I have nothing to do with it, and I'm not picking on it in any way, I'm just using it as an example. So basically we would load this thing up in Ahrefs, and then we're going to click on organic keywords. And then we're going to go here to features. And then we're going to click on featured snippet and hit apply. Alright, so here's a bunch of keywords that this site is ranking for somewhere. We can see what its ranking is, and it's a little bit too far down, but so like these guys right here, these are on 41 is page 5, this is page 4. Like these are out of range for the snippet in the first place, but let's see right here. So here's best press juicer, and I'll take that to google.com, and let's just take a look. We have #1. Here's a featured snippet right here. We got positivehealthandwellness.com. and it's in a list format. And let's see if we can find Juicer Fanatics. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, as expected, Ahrefs had it about right, sitting at 10 right now. So let's take a look at this snippet. What we can see about it is a few things. Number one is that they're using an unordered list. So we can see bullet points here, which may be generated by the content. They might actually have a bullet point list in the content, or Google sometimes automatically inserts these in if the heading structure is right. So if these are all a bunch of H2s that all happen to be different examples of best pressed juicers, that could automatically be generated. And we can figure that out right here. Let's just take a look. So this is the first one. Yeah, here it is. So this is Omega J8004. Let's actually just look at the source code. And that is an H3, right? So this is an H3, probably. This is an H3, that's probably an H2. Let's see, the best cold press juicers. Let's see, which one is it? H2, yeah. Okay, H2 here, H3s, and H3, and H3. Let's see, SKG. It's very interesting. It made a list out of these H3s here, which each represents juicers, but it started off the second one and didn't start off the first one. Interesting. But anyhow, let's just take more notes here. Let's see. Okay, the juicers. Alright, it's just basically a list of products, right? And I think that this page could definitely steal it from them. Let's see what it has going on. Alright. Well, it's definitely not. I mean, it might be right here. Okay, let's see if it has the same kind of structure. Let's see, this is our picks for the best juicers on the market. We open up the source code. Our picks, yeah, H2. And then I'm guessing these are H3s, the actual products. Is that just a larger size? Let me try one more thing. Browsio.net. Plug it in here and it's just going to kind of show me exactly what it is. Okay, interesting. So Browsio.net's a cool little tool. It's free. It kind of just gives me a snapshot of what's going on with the heading structure and whatnot. And you see here, we have an H2. This is our picks for the best juicers on the market. Kind of like what the guy in number one's doing. The guy in number one has a different H2 kind of kicking things off, but then the H3s on the other guy are listing off the different products. So this one's a little bit close, but it's going H2 and it doesn't break it down into subcategories. So the first suggestion I would have is make these into H3s. And we have some empty H2s here, which the crawler just doesn't like in the first place, so delete these, and then convert all these guys to H3s. And then we're in the same situation of what was going on before. We're doing the exact same thing. Now let's see what we can do better. So remember, one thing that we're going to do is we are going to kick things off on the H2, right? So this keyword is best press juicer. Let's see what they have here. I would definitely put the word press in here. So you could keep it how it is, our picks for the best juicers on the market, but let's put the word press in there. And then we've successfully kicked off the snippet, and it would probably get displayed right here in bold, our picks for the best press juicer. What else are we going to do? We're going to insert an optimized image near here. Let's go ahead and skip over this for now because I'm going to show that in the next video, but essentially we want an image to be next to our area that we're getting the featured snippet that is highly optimized. I'd probably pick this one right here. And you see that this SERP result for positivehealthandwellness.com doesn't even have their own image in the snippet. That's taken by Best Products, who's done a better job at stealing the image. Okay, so last thing, remember we're going to use a lot of synonyms and also scientific words. So this is kind of hard for me to give an example for. So let's just ask Google, are there any synonyms for juice? Synonyms for juice. Oh, that's not very good. Liquid, fluid. Click on this. Drink, extract, liquor. Okay, it seems like juice is just juice, guys. Let's see. Not much we can do with this because there's not many synonyms here, and I wouldn't say there's probably not a scientific name for juice either. But what you could do is simply enough the word press isn't in here at all in the content, right? Just once. I would toss it in a few more times, and then there's a good chance you can take it. I would say for this one, just in summary, just kicking it off on the H2, getting the structure in the right format that Google wants. Again, kicking off the heading with an H2 and then H3 is underneath that. We don't have much synonyms to go with, but we can optimize the image near it and also put in the word press more often. The current configuration, the current winner doesn't have the word press anywhere. After this, I can almost guarantee we would steal the snippet.